everyone. This is Donna's Happy Hour. Just a reminder to like, subscribe, and hit the bell so that you get future notifications of the videos. And please leave a comment. Thank you. Have a great day.
To go to the moon.
I know. Now, I just want to go, before we get to the moon.
You're a moon child.
I am a moon child. Before we get to the moon, let me just ask you about your producing.
Oh, yes. Okay.
And your directing. I want to get a little of that in here.
Well, I won a Best Documentary for an art world documentary about this crazy, scandalous art forger back in 2018 at the Cutting Room International Short Film Festival.
Oh, wow.
So that was, yeah.
Oh, that's excellent.
Yeah, and that's getting me some mileage. There's, that was an interview with the artist who'd passed away in 2012, and I got some really interesting information from him before he passed.
Wow.
And based on some real characters, people that are still alive, and some controversies that are still going on in the art world.
Wow.
And I have another project about another artist by the name of Marguerite. Still editing that right now. So it's basically, you know, the art world has always fascinated me.
Yeah.
So I'm doing that. And I wrote a couple of screenplays that I'm trying to pitch, and you got to get a Bible together for, you know, submitting film projects to Netflix, and it's very complicated, but I have that on the boards. One of the screenplays is about Ella Fitzgerald and Marilyn Monroe and their friendship. And the other one is The Empty-Handed Painter, which is the screenplay version, which I'd like to turn into a series that's has some of the same characters that I did the documentary on.
Yeah, that, what is it called? The Empty-Handed
Painter.
That rings a bell for some reason. That
I borrowed a lyric from a Bob Dylan song.
Okay.
Because the artist was friends with Dylan and a bunch of other Warhol characters, and Taylor Mead and Lou Reed and Julian Schnabel and all these famous art world people that he was friends with. So I took the lyric, The Empty-Handed Painter, that's in It's All Over Now, Baby Blue. By Bob Dylan.
Okay.
And it's all about
so
a crazy artist. So
Okay. So that's where
that lyric came from.
Yeah, just
you can't copyright a title.
Right.
Because there's a million Crybaby songs.
Right.
Even when I wrote Crybaby with my band, I was like, I'm afraid I can't write this song that has Crybaby on it. And they're like, no, there's a million Crybaby songs.
Right.
You can't copyright a title. You can.
Right.
You know,
right.
There's but.
Yeah, there's, and that's like in a song, you can only do 8 bars of, let's say, something that's somebody else has already written, but if you change it up after that, or is that something, you know,
something
it's kind of,
similar.
you know, there's things like that. Okay, so now we can get to the moon. So tell me about Dear Moon.
The Dear Moon Project. Well, this is really interesting stuff that's happened recently.
Okay.
I don't know how I found out about this in the news or social media, but all of a sudden I got an email from the Dear Moon Project, and they, you know, I'm like, I got to investigate this because this sounds cool, because, you know, I'm born in July.
Right.
Like you, we're moon children.
Moon, yes.
And then I started reading about it. It's MZ, who's Yakuza Mazawa, and Elon Musk have funded this civilian space project to take 8 to 10 people to the moon in 2023.
Wow.
And I saw the journey. You go past the moon, and then you come back.
Wow.
So it's actually, you're going to go further, and it's never been done. And
oh my God.
yeah, it's only a week's journey, so it's kind of like I equate it like if you were going to get on a cruise ship from New York to go to Bermuda. It's like the same kind of journey. But it's 240,000 miles away. So how does that work?
Yeah, that is wild. And
so I passed the second application.
Okay.
You have to do 2 applications. And then the next phase is they're going to let you know end of June. Now, I'm sure there's a lot of other things you have to do, you know.
I would imagine. I just find it, you know, it's mind-blowing, actually, because I'm sitting here thinking, okay, so is it like just getting in like a regular plane? Can't be.
You have to go. You have to go to the website and look at everything. They have interviews with both Elon and MZ, and even the director of First Flight with Ryan Gosling. They're talking to him because they can't even believe it. They're like taking it further than, you know, just a movie about being in space.
Right.
So, and the spacesuit alone is like, I don't know where this came from. Okay, I know I'm related to Meriwether Lewis of Lewis and Clark.
Oh, wow, okay.
Famous explorer,
Oh,
right?
wow. Oh, interesting.
So, yeah, he's my great-great-great-grandfather's brother, which makes him a distant uncle. So maybe that has something to do with my desire to explore, and that's why I do a lot of different things.
Right,
because I'm never satisfied with just doing one thing.
Doing one. Well, that's like I found out that I'm a direct descendant of Pocahontas. I know.
So we're practically
I know, exactly.
sisters.
That's right.
Oh my God.
Isn't that wild?
This is crazy.
So that just I found out about 2 years ago.
Wow.
Yeah.
Because she was on the journey with Meriwether for 2.5 years, and they did it from the East Coast to the Pacific Coast twice.
Wow. Oh, interesting.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, we're related.
I got to go to the moon with her.
I'll see if the spacesuits. Oh my! When you go on the website, go to the Dear Moon Project.
I'm definitely.
It's called Dear Moon Project.
Are they still accepting applications?
I think you have until. I found out it was originally the 14th, but now I think it's the 21st.
Oh my gosh!
So is that like today or tomorrow?
Oh my God, Clay, could you see Tim? Hon, I'm going to the moon. And Clay's coming with me because he's got to film it.
You know, and like everybody says, well, where does this come from? And I said, you know, I loved I Dream of Jeannie when I was growing up. That was my favorite show.
Yes.
And I loved Jeannie, but I was always like more interested in Tony Nelson.
Oh, that's too funny.
You know, so
well,
maybe that has something
talk
to do
about
with
that. My father was a pilot, so I grew up in planes. You know.
Have you been up in the helicopter in Don's helicopter?
No, I haven't.
I haven't either.
Haven't done that yet. Yeah.
Well, we'll have to go.
You know, I have to tell you, it's so funny because I grew. You know, my father flew all different types of planes. So my favorite was the seaplane. Landing in the water was absolutely fantastic.
My great aunt, Aunt Lil, she lived to be 101. She was one of the first American female pilots.
Oh, wow.
Got her license.
No kidding.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. That's really something. That's huge.
She was like almost Amelia Earhart.
Yeah.
She was Amelia Earhart era.
Right.
Yeah.
Wow.
I hope I'm not dating myself.
So listen, I want to, because we've got a couple of minutes left.
Yes.
If anybody is interested in contacting you in regards to anything, you know, a job, work.
That's always nice.
Going to the moon.
Of course, my price is going up now that I'm going to the moon.
That's right.
Especially with my art, because these two guys are billionaire art collectors.
Oh my gosh.
MZ sold like 3 or 4 Jean-Michel Basquiat paintings so he could fund his portion.
Right. Wow.
Elon Musk put in $10 billion.
Wow.
And now MZ had to put in $10 billion so that we can go.
Right. So only 10 billion.
So maybe my art will go up in price now.
I have to trade in my Mercedes.
It's a PR dream.
But anyway, so do you have a website, right?
Yes.
So go ahead, give them the information.
laurafayLewis.com. And it's got all my information, and there's more stuff too that's coming.
And it's very interesting. It's Laura, and Fay is F-A-Y.
Right, without the E.
Right, without the E. So
Like Dunaway.
That's right, exactly. That's right. Well, I want to thank you so much. Yeah. Got to throw that in. I want to thank you so much for joining me. Is there anything that maybe you want to throw in there that I didn't cover, that I should have covered, or?
Wow, you hit I think you did the gamut.
I did, I tried.
I mean, there's always something I'm like, oh, I should have talked about that. But I get tired of talking about myself.
I know.
This is more fun just to talk.
It is. That's why I love this. All right. Well, I want to thank everyone for joining me. And, well, I guess it's time to say goodbye.
It's been a pleasure, Donna.
And thank you so much for joining me again this week. And hopefully you will come back next week. Laura Fay Lewis, again, thank you. And have a great week and be safe, everyone. Thank you.